On the 23rd of January, SpaceX conducted another test of the Super Heavy Starship vehicle. In this case, it was an extremely important test that brings the entire project closer to the maiden orbital launch. The test was so-called WDR, or Wet Dress Rehearsal, which is a comprehensive simulation of pre-launch activities. It was the first such test ever for the Super Heavy Starship. On January 23rd, all the Super Heavy and Starship tanks were completely filled with liquid oxygen and methane for the first time. In addition to fuel loading, all other procedures that will be applied before the actual launch were also rehearsed. SpaceX later announced on Twitter that it had loaded more than 4,500 metric tons of propellant into the whole stack. Let's stop there for a moment, because this figure is absolutely extraordinary. The Saturn V lunar launcher weighed less than 3,000 tons at launch. The failed Soviet lunar rocket N-1 was even about 200 tons lighter. Thus, the Super Heavy Starship became the most massive rocket in the history of mankind during the WDR. You may have wondered what effects thousands of tons of cryogenic propellants have on the structure of the vehicle. A comparison of these two images speaks for itself. You can see at the first glance how the entire rocket has shrunk after fueling, due to thermal expansion. The whole rehearsal was finished with a test of the FireX system, which pumps a large amount of water under the Super Heavy engines. Perhaps it meant that the WDR test had reached the simulated launch time. And what will be the next step? SpaceX will first take down the Starship 24 from the Super Heavy B7 booster. Then we can expect another exceptional event. A static fire of all 33 Raptor 2 rocket engines on the Super Heavy. Subsequently, the Starship will be returned on the top of the booster, and SpaceX will possibly conduct one more WDR before the launch. Thank you for watching Spaceflight News. You might be interested that our channel is also on Twitter. You can find the link in the video description. We'd love if you join us.